Every year, thousands of farmers in India take their own lives. They leave behind devastated families, communities, and a country grappling with one of its most pressing social and economic crises. The issue of farmer suicides in India is complex, involving a range of factors from climate change and debt to government policies and market forces. In this short documentary, we will explore this issue in depth, shedding light on the challenges facing farmers in India and exploring the solutions that could help to address this issue. India is a country of farmers. Nearly half of the population works in agriculture, and the sector accounts for around 17% of the country's GDP. But farming in India is a difficult and often risky occupation. Farmers face a range of challenges, from droughts and floods to pests and diseases. And with the changing climate, these challenges are only getting worse. But climate change is just one of the factors contributing to the issue of farmer suicides in India. In recent years, there has been a growing trend of farmers taking their own lives, particularly in the states of Maharashtra, Punjab, and Telangana. Many farmers find themselves in debt, unable to make ends meet, and facing an uncertain future. The lack of government support and the vagaries of the market only add to the pressure. The issue of farmer suicides in India is a complex and tabooed one. We begin in the state of Maharashtra, where the issue of farmer suicides is particularly acute. Maharashtra is one of the most agriculturally rich states in India, producing a range of crops from cotton and sugarcane to vegetables and fruits. But in recent years, the state has also witnessed a surge in farmer suicides. One of the key factors at fault is the high cost of inputs. Farmers need seeds, fertilizers, pesticides, and other inputs to grow their crops. These inputs are expensive, and farmers often have to borrow money to buy them. And when the crops fail, as they often do, farmers find themselves in debt with no way to repay it. Another factor is the low crop yields. Many farmers in Maharashtra rely on rain-fed agriculture, which is vulnerable to droughts and other weather extremes. In recent years, the state has witnessed a number of severe droughts which have devastated crops and left farmers in dire straits. And then there is the issue of market forces. Farmers in Maharashtra often have to sell their crops to middlemen who take a large cut of the profits, and with the price of crops often fluctuating, farmers find themselves at the mercy of market forces that are beyond their control. But these factors alone do not fully explain the issue of farmer suicides in India. To understand the problem, we need to look at the broader social and economic context in which it occurs. This includes the lack of government support for farmers, the inadequacy of safety nets, and the impact of globalization and neoliberal policies. The government has introduced a range of policies and programs to address the issue of farmer suicides, including debt relief, crop insurance, and income support. But many of these initiatives have been inadequate or poorly implemented, leaving farmers with few options for relief. Meanwhile, the impact of globalization and neoliberal policies has created a new challenge for farmers, including the erosion of traditional markets, the dominance of multinational corporations, and the displacement of small farmers by large agro-businesses. Despite these challenges, there are also signs of hope and resilience in the farming communities of India. Across the country, activists, NGOs, and policymakers are working to address the issue of farmer suicides and promoting sustainable agriculture. This includes initiatives such as organic farming, water conservation, and seed conservation. One such initiative is the zero-budget natural farming program, which promotes a low-cost, sustainable approach to farming that relies on natural inputs and minimal external influence. The program has been successful in reducing costs, improving yields, and enhancing soil health, and has been adopted by thousands of farmers across India. Another initiative is the Deccan Development Society, which works with marginalized farming communities to promote sustainable agriculture, women's empowerment, and community-led development. The society has been successful in improving crop diversity, reducing input costs, and enhancing food security, while also promoting social and economic equality. These initiatives are just a few examples of the many efforts underway to address the issue of farmer suicides in India, but they also highlight the need for broader structural changes, including reforming agricultural policies, providing greater support to farmers, and promoting sustainable and equitable development. As this short documentary comes to a close, we are left with the urgent need to address this crisis and with admiration for the inspiring resilience and innovation of farmers in India. The issue of farmer suicides is not just a problem for them, but for all who depend on their labor and produce. In India and in the rest of the world, people must start working together to support sustainable agriculture and rural development, ensuring that farmers can lead dignified and secure lives, because even though they're often disregarded, they are at the root of human survival.